Hey, what's up guys, Benny here and welcome to the top 10 loadouts to use in Call of Duty Warzone Season 6. Now, this video is designed to help you get as many wins and kills as possible by giving you the best class setups and weapons to use in the entire game. Also, if you are new to the channel, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button because 70% of you watching are not subscribed to the channel, and I'm going to be uploading every single day in November and December for Warzone and Black Ops Cold War, and it's going to make you better at Call of Duty Warzone, I promise. So hit that subscribe button. But anyway, I want to get into these loadouts because as you can see on the left hand side, I've got a whole array of different class setups and weapons that you're going to want to be using, and I want to start with my tournament class setup. Now, one thing with this setup is I will never use tracer rounds because tracer rounds, yes, they look epic, and some of the ones that have been added into the game recently are amazing, but if you're in a tournament, you want to be as kind of under the radar as possible, and just the regular bullets aren't as noticeable and won't get you caught out. So as you can see, I just use the base R9 and the kilo. So with the kilo itself, you're going to want to have that monolithic suppressor because, of course, you get that damage range increase and also that sound suppression. Two very important attachments. And also, as you all know, you should say it in the comments, we all love the monolithic suppressor. It's a very key part of any class setup in Warzone. Then the barrel, you want to go for the largest barrel because if you have a look at this barrel here, it just doesn't quite give you the range and accuracy as the 19.8. So you're going to want to have that. Then for the optic, I've been using the VLK. Now, I did go through a phase where I was using the combat holo because of the blue dot, but the VLK just doesn't, it seems to minimize the amount of recoil that you have with a weapon. And at mid-range, this thing is an absolute beast. So definitely make sure you're using that. Then you want to have the commando foregrip. It doesn't penalize your aim down sight time, so you're going to be able to snap onto your targets a little bit easier. And then also 6-round mag. Now, this is this should be your bread and butter weapon in Warzone right now. If you don't have this in one of your loadouts, you're missing out, trust me. So have that. Then we want to go for the R9 shotgun. Now, it breaks my heart, but the shotgun meta is ridiculous. You're going to have that choke on it, tighter pellet spread, and increased damage range. Then on the barrel, you want that tack sentry because that's, once again, damage range, tighter pellet spread means that you're going to maximize your damage output on a target that's close up. Then you're going to want that 5MW laser for the faster sprint to fire speed. So when you're running into a building, you're going to be able to fire first. Very, very important. Then you're going to have the rear grip, which is the stippled grip tape. Once again, sprint to fire speed. Very important when using a shotgun at close range. And the creme de la creme of this is the Dragon Breath round. It's just going to allow you to incinerate your opponents and gives you the fastest time to kill in the game up close. It is ridiculous. And I won't be surprised if it gets nerfed sometime soon. Then perks, EOD, overkill, amped, and then a Semtex and a stun grenade. If you don't want to use a stun grenade, recommend using the heartbeat sensor. Still really, really good. But stun grenades can help you win certain gunfights. Heartbeat, bit better at early game. Then we'll go on to our next class, which is the fastest time to kill class. Now, I've made this because I want to show you the two weapons in the game that are automatic and have the fastest time to kill in the SMG and the assault rifle bracket, and kind of combine them together. The AS Val, though it's probably not the best as an assault rifle, it is ridiculously good. Now, you're going to want that VLK 200mm barrel on there for that damage range and bullet velocity. Then what we do is we go and stick the tack laser on there. So, once again, faster aim down sight speed. You're going to want that 30-round mag as well, because otherwise it's going to jitter all over the place. I then go and use the VLK, the FSS International Gen 4 GRU for the faster aim down sight speed. So you can snap on. The iron sight is actually really clean on this, so don't worry about you don't need to use that. Then on the underbarrel, I go ahead and use the Merc foregrip. Just gives you a bit of hip fire and also a bit more recoil control as well, and that's really nice. What you can do as well, if you want to, is you can get rid of the Merc foregrip and go for stippled grip tape. Now, the reason I do that is, once again, just if you want a aim down sight build, it's really nice. But personally, I go ahead and use the Merc for that extra bit of recoil control. Then we want to move on to the Fennec. Now, you don't want to have a muzzle on this. You don't put that classic monolithic suppressor. We go ahead and use the dead full barrel because that gives you sound suppression as well as the damage range, recoil control, and bullet velocity, which you want. Then I use a tack laser on here because I want faster aim down sight speed. Then an underbarrel, Merc foregrip, the 40-round drum mag, and then stippled grip tape. Now, if you're not too worried about your aim downs, your reload time, if you're playing in duos or solos, you can go for this setup. If you're a bit worried about it, and you're playing quads, you can get rid of stipple grip tape and stick sleight of hand on there, but I personally prefer using this setup, and I've got amped to switch to my other weapon. The AS Val, by the way, incredible up close. So if you want to pair this with a sniper, that also works really well. Then same perks and lethals as always: EOD, Overkill, Amp, C4, and a stun grenade. Now I want to move on to a class that I have fallen in love with recently, and I've labeled it as the strongest class. Now, you want to go ahead and use this. One of the things that you need to be able to do, though, is if you think about the Oden, right, the iron sight is terrible. So if you go ahead and use the Black Asp variant, which I have right now, your iron sight actually becomes very similar to the old school Grau iron sight. Really easy to use. So the Black Asp one, you'll be like, trust me, go ahead and try it out. But on the muzzle, you use the Colossus suppressor. The monolithic falls by the wayside because you got the Colossus. But one of the things I've always hated about using the Oden is the fact that its aim down sight speed was always really slow. But because you can now use that iron sight, you can actually change that by sticking the tack laser on it, which is going to make it really nice. But remember, you also need to control the recoil. It's got quite a bit of kick. So I go ahead and use the Merc foregrip. Now, a lot of people would use the Ranger foregrip, but actually they're very similar. But the Merc foregrip just gives you a little bit faster movement speed. But you can choose between the two. Personally, I go for the Merc foregrip. Then for the ammo, you go for that 30-round mag, and there you have it. This Oden is honestly ridiculous. You're dealing like 62 damage for a body shot. You can down people so quickly, and if you get stopping power rounds, it's one of the best weapons in the game. It's very underrated. I think it gets overlooked because it's got a 30-round mag and not a 60. But give this a go, and I want to be seeing that more in Warzone. I think it's really good. Then I've started using a different MP5 build. I've kind of gone away from the hipfire build and gone back to a aim down sight build, but still sprint to fire speed is very important. So I've started using the 5MW laser with there, the underbarrel is the Merc foregrip, 45-round mag, and then the F-Tac collapsible stock. That 5MW laser, that sprint to fire speed really helps, and honestly, I love this MP5 so much. But that is one of the hardest hitting SMGs in the game, and this is, for me, one of the hardest hitting loadouts. Go ahead, let me know what you think about this one in the comments, because this is one of the ones that I've been using a lot recently that I really enjoy using. Then we'll move on to our sniper class. We always pair the sniper for me with a MP7. It means that I can kind of fight at mid-range as an SMG. It's really, like, I think an underrated also, I've got to say it, because I've gone ahead and used one of the new variants. It's the Flux one, which gives you electric tracer rounds, which look insane, by the way. Then we're going to go for the muzzle here. I'm going to stick that monolithic suppressor on the recon barrel. You want on the underbarrel, you want the Merc foregrip, 60-round mag, and then stippled grip tape. That is like my go-to all-round MP7. If you want a bit more mobility, you can get rid of, or hipfire build, you can get rid of this and go put the no stock attachment on. But personally, for me, I prefer this build for Warzone. Then on the sniper, using the SPR 208, one of the brand new snipers in the game. Really enjoy using this. It's a breath of fresh air, or should I say marksman rifle, but monolithic suppressor on there. Then you want the SPR 26 length barrel for that damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control. Then we're going to stick the tack laser on there. For the optic, I use the Solo Zero SPR 28mm. It's a 7x scope. It's really clean iron, like aim down sight look. I really enjoy using it. And then the ammo, you want that Norma mag because it's going to give you bullet velocity and damage range, as you can see. So you're going to be able to get those one-shot headshots nice and comfortably. Really good sniper. And like it's been, like, honestly, I prefer the meta now with this and like the Kar 98 compared to like the HDR AX50 meta. This is a really fun kind of like aggressive sniper to use. Same perks once again. I don't really touch these anymore. I feel like this is the go-to. I used to play around with perk 1 a lot and use double time or cold-blooded, but now EOD, it's just a really staple thing. But however, now that C4s have gone down a bit and it's people starting to use Semtexes, I might switch to double time again, but we'll have to see. This is then my Kilo alternative, because I feel like the Kilo is the bread and butter assault rifle in Warzone right now. But I like to mix it up from time to time. It's a very similar build. You're going to have the monolithic suppressor, Tempest marksman barrel, the Commando foregrip, 60-round mag, and then you're going to have an optic. However, with this, I go ahead and use the Corp Combat so I can then stick that blue dot on. Because, you know, like, who doesn't love the blue dot? Look at it. Look at it. Really easy and clean to use. Definitely recommend it. And also the M13, I think, is underrated because of the fire rate on it. If you're kind of fighting against people that are on higher pings, you can take people out as they get around a corner. It's something I found and noticed a lot. And then we go ahead and use the same MP5. We go for the monolithic integral suppressor, the 5MW laser, the 45 round mag, the Merc foregrip, and then that stippled grip tape. Oh no, we don't use the stippled grip tape. FTAC collapsible. That's the setup you want to use. I was getting into my MP7 build. No. We can't be having that. Same perks. Great all-round loadout to use. Then we have to have an M4 setup. It's classic monolithic suppressor. You should all know that. Like, this is one that if I see someone who doesn't is using the 12.4 Predator or the 14.5, I have questions. This is an M4 that everyone should have. It's pretty standard. Optic, VLK, easy as you like it. Also got the Old Faithful skin, which looks pretty nice. Then it's the same MP5. Well, I feel like this is the season 1 loadout. Like, you guys remember this. This is what everyone ran in season 1, sorry. Like the first season of Warzone. I think I was in like season 2 actually, or season 3. My brain has gone when it was. But yeah, same MP5. Great all-round loadout. I feel it falls off a bit short now, the M4 at like the top meta, just because it is a little bit more inconsistent, but still really good, easy to use, great gun to use. We've then got to have an LMG. LMGs have fallen off. Since the Bruin got nerfed, we can't lie to ourselves, they've gone downhill a little bit. However, the PKM is still really good to use. The monolithic suppressor, 26.9, tac laser. I then use the VLK on here, and then you've got that snatch grip as well. That's a great PKM build if you just want to sit, hold a position, lay down gunfire. But don't forget the Bruin as well. The Bruin still stands up. Even though it's not as overpowered as it once was, it still stands up. And I like to pair my LMG with a shotgun. So we're going to use that R9 like we did earlier. I do sort of miss the Origin. Actually, no, I take that back. I was about to say I missed the Origin 12. I think it's just because everyone's now using the R9. I was like, actually, I don't. I'm looking forward to when shotguns get nerfed. I really do prefer using the like the SMGs, like the MP5s up close. I think it's more entertaining. Then I've got my underrated class. Now, I think this gets overlooked quite a bit. It gets used a little bit more now, but the CR56MX is unreal. It's like, I think it's what the AK-47 should have been, but you want the monolithic suppressor on there, XRK Zodiac barrel, the underbarrel, I go ahead and use the Ranger foregrip right on this one. Then the ammo, 45 round mag, and then I use the VLK. This is like a great assault rifle to use. If you want to get something different, if you don't want to be using the Kilo or the M4, go for the Amex. It hits hard. If you land those headshots, you're going to drop people. I feel like it's almost at mid-range rather than far range that it works really well. Like when you've got people rushing you, this will just like drop people. And if you can mount as well, incredible. So don't overlook it. And then I pair that with the R9 shotgun so I can dominate at close range. And it's the same every time. I kind of like going through this and making do it so you can see the process of setting it up so you can go have it. Make sure you spend the time. It takes 10 minutes to go build all your loadouts out, name them so you know exactly where everything is. And then these final 2 classes I actually have as my ghost classes. So my close range. So if I'm using a shotgun, I'll have this as the R9. If I'm using the SMG, it'll be the MP5. I change it depending on what I'm using. I was in a tournament recently, so I've got it as the Kilo, but I'll probably change that to the Oden as that's what I'm using. But honestly, the difference with these classes is it's just got Ghost in there. Like honestly, having Ghost, you get your first loadout, you choose your class that you want to be using, like the tournament one. Then the second loadout, you grab Ghost. And also at endgame, grab Ghost. It will save your life against heartbeat sensors, UAVs, all that good stuff. Also, on this particular build, and you can do it with this one as well, I just don't for some reason. Actually, I should probably change it, but I have a pistol with fully loaded, so I just get maximum SMG ammo going into the next fight. Really useful. But there we have it. Those are my top 10 loadouts. This is the one I want you to go ahead and try out. Please, really enjoying using this at the moment. But those are my top 10 loadouts for Season 6 so far. And remember, we're going to be back uploading every single day in November and December for Black Ops Cold War. Really excited. Love doing it in September. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Looking forward to it. Make sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. And I will see you again tomorrow for another video.